Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name's Alexa, and in today's video, we will be talking about my 10 before the end, which, by the way, does not refer to the end of the world. It refers to the end of the year, so it's basically 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year. At the start of the year, I did I didn't put it in a video, I think. I actually am unsure. I'll go look, and then I'll tag it if I did do it in a video. But I did make a list of 24 books that I wanted to read this year in 2024. So yeah, basically I've gone halfway through those books and I still have 12 books to read. And I know I should technically be focusing on those books instead of focusing on another list. But I saw a bunch of creators do this and I thought it would be a fun video, and it's kind of like a TBR video, but not really. It's just books that I would like to read before the end of the year. Doesn't matter when it is. Some could be holiday books. I can't really remember if there's any holiday ones on this thing, but I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to participate in a trend that's going on BookTube and TikTok on my BookTube for once. So yeah, let's get into it. First we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is a book about basically this girl who her name is Oraya, O-R-A-Y-A. So basically Raya, like the dating app with the letter O before. Basically it's this human daughter that was adopted by the Nightborn Vampire King. But the thing is, people can't know that she is a a human, I think. Yeah, basically her only chance of becoming more than just a human is to enter these trials, and there's this rule where you can't fall in love, I'm pretty sure, during these trials. But she meets this guy, and you guys know how romantasy series go, and I think there's currently 3 books. I think the 3rd book just came out for this series, or it's about to come out. And she also wrote the Daughter of No World series, which I haven't read yet, but is on my TBR one day. So I would really love to read this before the end of the year because I've been really excited to read it since 2023, early to mid 2023. But I just haven't yet. But I finally got it in paper, so it is more exciting for me to read it now that I have it on my shelves, and it's a constant reminder about the fact that I can't ever read books that I want to read on my TBR if I don't have them physically. Next we have Zodiac Academy, The Ruthless Fae by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, and this is the 2nd book in the Zodiac Academy universe. I've been wanting to read this series forever. And I read the 1st book a couple of years ago, about a year ago, a year and a half. And now recently, Larry read the entire series, Yana read the entire series, so I felt the need to read it. And I've been really in my romantasy era, and I know the first 2 are a bully romance, which is kind of off-putting, but the rest isn't bully, so I was I can get through the first 2 books, but I don't know if I'm gonna do the first 3 books and then read the other series and then go back to the Zodiac Academy, or if I'm just gonna go straight through. That I'm unsure with, but we have that, and I'm really, really excited to read it. I really like the first one. It wasn't my favorite book, and I think I rated it at 3.75, just because sometimes if it's a really long series, the first book just feels like an introduction book. For example, one of my favorite series ever, Guild, by the Plated Prisoner series, the first one, Guild, I rated that one, I think, a 3.5, 3.75 because it wasn't my favorite ever. But then I really love the series. So I was let me just give it a chance, give the 2nd one a chance and the 3rd one. Because apparently you really have to, the first 2 are okay and then the rest is, amazing. So I know sometimes people are oh, if you have to get through the first 2 books, you don't, don't even pay attention to the series. But I want to read it, so I'm gonna read it. Then we have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is the 1st book in a series. The sequel just came out. I'm pretty sure at least it's a sequel. But, so 1st book and technically a series, but it's also kind of a standalone, I'm pretty sure. People say that you can read it as a standalone. But this one is about this girl who used to date her brother's best friend. And they broke up, and then she had, and then when she goes to school, she meets his new teammate, and they kind of have a whole romance, I guess. I don't know much about it other than that, but I've heard that it's so good, but that it will also shatter my heart in a million pieces. And I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, right now, because mentally it's rough, but I am pretty excited, and I will be ready for something like that soon. And there is 522 pages, so it's a pretty long one, but it's also on Kindle, so I can get through that pretty easily on Kindle. So basically, I just got basically the scene where they meet. It's basically, wow, I just said the word basically 4 times, so take a shot every time I say that word. But it's about this girl who one time is like hanging out at the beach, and then she gets hit in the head by a football, and the guy who throws a football at her head accidentally, not on purpose, is the brother's teammate. So I'm so excited. And actually, I can't remember, did I put it in my TBR last month? Because if I did, then it'll give me an excuse to read it this month, which I'm looking for. No, I didn't, but I'll read it at some point. I can still read it this month, actually, without it being on my TBR. I'll read it for another video. But yeah, basically, I am really excited to read this one. Okay, so next we have Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This one is a book that's been on my TBR for years. I remember first seeing a video, I think it was Larry who recommended it back in like 2022. And I officially added it to my TBR. Like, I officially decided this year is the year I'm reading it. I am reading that series. It is the Hoop series by Kennedy Ryan. It is my first Kennedy Ryan book as well, which is pretty exciting. And basically it's about this girl who thought she was like dating her Prince Charming, blah, blah, all that. And turns out he ends up being very abusive. So trigger warning for that. And then I think one night she kind of, like, this could be completely wrong. Alexa, please correct me. Like, editing Alexa, please jump in and correct me if it is wrong. But basically then she meets this guy in the one evening and kind of falls for him and then breaks up with the other dude. That might be completely different events that I just invented, and that might not be in the book, but I'll correct myself. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to read that one. It sounds so good, and it'll just feel nice to read a book that I've been wanting to read for years. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. And yeah, next we have a book that I really, really, really need to finish, and that I've started a few months ago, and I've put a few TBRs. But it's just because I'm really scared to read it because it's the last book of this couple, and it is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I know it's gonna make me cry, absolutely, for sure, because every single one, other than the first Magnolia Parks book in this series, has made me cry, like all 3 other books. But it's just, you know when it's like the good kind of crying, and like you're not crying because you're happy, but it's because you hold these characters so like near and deeply in your heart, like that you just want to hug them and tell them everything is okay, and you don't want everything that's traumatic happening to them happening to your characters. And especially this one, like, it's really, really, really sad, and it's very deep and tough subjects, and like they're dealing with like subjects of grief and stuff like that. So it's a rough book to read, but at the same time, like, these characters, even though the relationship has been toxic before and it's still kind of toxic, you can't stop rooting for them. And I'm just really, really excited to read this, but I'm also scared because I don't want this series to end for now until the next book comes out. But the next book might not even be coming out for like another year or 2. So, because the author has not started writing the next book in this series yet. So, okay, next we have a book that I found out about like a few days ago, and I just thought that it sounded so cute and fun, and I loved what I saw of the characters, because it's like on one of those Instagram posts where the authors post like, oh, these are my 2 characters, these are kind of like the tropes that are in the book, and this is what the book is, like character traits that the characters have, and here's why you should read my book. And that's how I found some of the books that I really, really like and love to this day. So I thought, why not put this one on my TBRs? And it is Safety Measures by Maeve Hazel. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her name. And it's basically a book about this romantasy author who lives with her grandma, who's kind of like a sunshine girly, and has been in love with the same guy for like wait, is he the guy that she's in love with? Yes, oh my god, she's been in love with this guy for 6 years. He's a she's a romantasy author. He's a dark romance reader, has hearing aids, romance book editor, and knows everything about cars. And like the character art, if I do this, are you guys gonna see it better? Doesn't it look so cute? And the cover, oh my god, no, it looks so cute. And I just love when books, I love books about like readers and that are like, especially romance books. Like when a romance book has a romance reader, a romance author, anything like that, I am immediately drawn to it because it's books like that have me relating to it so much. Like for example, Daydream by Hannah Grace. I've never related to a book as much as I did that one. So it's fun that it feels like I'm reading a book about me, you know? We have House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. This one is the second in the Crescent City series. I actually thought, number one, that the first book was called Crescent City. This one I have bought. I've had for a year now. I finished the first one back in either April or May. I think it was May, but I really liked it. And I've loved her two other series that she wrote, the ACOTAR and the Throne of Glass series. And this one, basically, it's very intimidating because it is like a 700, 800 page book. But I did take it with my monthly credit on Audible. So I'm hoping to really like get through it on Audible or like do some immersive reading like at parts and then go through Audible, immersive reading, then go on my like Kindle or whatever. Because it's very difficult to read a 800 page book in paperback, or like it's very intimidating for me to read an 800 page book, but if I'm listening to it, I won't be as intimidated. And it was also on my 24 books I want to read in 2024 list, so I'm hoping that I can kill two birds with one stone, you know? Because I do intend to read every single book that is on that list still. I will figure a way to do it. I don't care. Okay, the next book is a holiday book. Like I said in the start of this video that there would be maybe a holiday book. Sorry, by the way, if the lighting is weird. It's literally 4:17 p.m. and the sun is setting. It's like golden hour right now. That's depressing. But anyways, in that book is If This Was a Movie by Morgan Elizabeth. You guys know I love a good Morgan Elizabeth book because it is about kind of like the cutesy book girlies that love pink and like, but they're not only that, they're also smart and intelligent, and they're like, it's kind of like the Elle Woods characters, you know what I mean? And I love those type of book characters, especially if they're book girlies. Like the last book that I read from her, Passenger Princess, she was a book girly, and I literally already want to reread that book. So I thought that a cute single dad ex-nanny, small town, holiday romance, forced proximity book would be so cute to add to this list, because I do read a Morgan Elizabeth book every Christmas since 2022. 2022 I read 'Tis the Season for Revenge for the first time, and then I reread it last year. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna reread it this year as well. And you might be wondering, Alexa, why are you giving yourself so many books for like the next few months? What are you gonna do? Well, number one, my internship is finishing halfway through December, so after that, like I basically have the time to read a bit before I then leave on vacation. And we're going on a road trip, and for that road trip, I'm gonna read a lot because it's a bunch of like 13-hour car days. So I'm gonna have so much time to read and like listen to audiobooks, and I also read about 20 to 30 books a month now. So, you know, it's very much possible for me to read all those books. But yeah, I'm gonna reread the other one as well. But yeah, no, so I thought, why not add another cute Christmas Morgan Elizabeth book to my list so that I can do a double reread every year of both 'Tis the Season for Revenge and If This Was a Movie. Because I know I'm gonna read it because they're just so fun. Like, it's fun, girly little books. Then we have the last physical book on this list, and it is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is also another book that was on my 24 books I want to read in 2024 list, and it is the first book in the sequel series to the Inheritance Game series. And it's basically after that, when there's like another, they kind of have like missions, all four brothers, I think. I can't really say much without spoiling the Inheritance Game series, but I'm very excited to read this. I think this one came out in 2023. I'm pretty sure if you guys, yeah, it came out 2023. What were you saying, Alexa? Yeah, and I had originally put it on my 23 books I want to read in 2023 list. But then I didn't read it because I just didn't, but I'm super excited to read it. And it also this series also has now a sequel, like a sequel in this series. And there's also another series that's starting that is in this universe as well. I'm pretty sure that's called like Games Untold, something like that. I'm not completely sure. Couldn't tell ya, but I'm super excited to read it, and I'm so excited to see more of Grayson and Jameson. Also, if you're reading the series, even in the first book, okay, that is my opinion still. At first, I was deciding that I was Team Grayson, but then I realized, actually no, I'm gonna be Team Jameson for Avery. For myself, I'm Team Grayson forever, because I can have him for me. I'm in love with Grayson Hawthorne. Anyways, then we have the last book on this series. And it is a series, it is a book that I wanted to read back in 2022. Let me just go read up on it a bit because the memory isn't fresh anymore. Okay, so yeah, the next book and last book that I have on for this video is 1% of You by Michelle Gross, or Gross, I don't know how to, I think it's Gross. Should be, I don't know. Actually, could not tell you, but it is about this girl who is a single mom of two, one 4-year-old daughter and one baby on the way. And she has this neighbor that like hates kids and like basically has never really liked kids, but I guess they kind of like help each other with something or whatever. And he starts kind of like really loving her kids and like being a good male role model, not role figure in their life. And she kind of starts falling for him. You guys know how it goes. But it sounds so good. And I've been wanting to read it for so long, I decided, let me finally pull the trigger. Welcome to me not knowing expressions because I'm me. But yeah. I decided to finally decide to read this book. Wow, I decided to decide. How crazy. This video is also me slowly going insane and slowly losing light outside. And light in here. That doesn't even mean anything actually. But yeah, those were the 10 books. Those were my 10 before the end. Sorry for how chaotic this was, but it was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Actually, I have a chore for you. You are going to go in the comment section right now and comment down your 10 before the end. So the 10 books that you want to read before the end of the year, and also tell me what your favorite book of the year so far has been. Mine probably has been either Daydream by Hannah Grace or Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. So yeah, let me know what yours was in the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys, oh wait, no, last thing before I do the little, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Go follow me on TikTok, go follow me on Instagram. I'm active every day on those platforms. I give book racks on Instagram. DM me on Instagram if you want book racks for specific things. I'm always open to give you book racks. So yeah, I hope you guys have a rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. I love you as always. And yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. Bye!